Electricity. Always a cool effect to play around with. But now, how can you blow away your viewers by adding this beautiful effect to your video editing skills library? Well, by watching this video, of course. By the way, you guys can download my footage below for free. That way, you can follow along easily. Or if you want to make the footage yourself, go ahead. Film yourself from a tripod and act like you're shooting lightning at an object. I'm shooting lightning at Captain Rex, my favorite clone. Then when you're done, move Rex out of the way and keep recording for about 10 seconds. This way we have an empty shot that we can use to hide Rex. Next, in Premiere, split your clips. Then trim them so you have one where you're acting and a second one that counts as the empty shot. Now, move your playhead to the exact moment where you want Rex to disappear. Then grab the empty shot and snap it against your playhead. And then trim away the excess video. Click the hide icon to hide that layer, because that's needed for the next step. Now, with your empty shot selected, head over to the effect controls and click the pen tool to create a mask. Now, in the program monitor, create a mask around your object and the shadows too. Now, when you're done, make sure the layer is visible again in the timeline. Of course, feel free to go back to the mask settings and play around with the mask feather. And there you go. Now Rex and his shadows will disappear. Alright, so now let's do the most exciting part, lightning. First, in the project panel, click the new item button and choose color matte. Make sure the color is set to black and then click on OK. Drag it on top of your video and make it the exact length it has to be. The beginning of this clip is where the lightning will start and the end is where it will stop. The reason we're using the color matte is because the lightning effect won't work correctly on an adjustment layer. Next, find the lightning effect in the effects library and drag it to the color matte. There you go, lightning. But now, how do you get rid of the black background? Simply go to the effect controls and set the blending mode of the color matte to linear dodge. There you go. If you scroll down to the lightning effect and click it, you will see a start point and end point appear in the program monitor. You can click and adjust them and eventually animate these points to make them move. But I'll show you that in a few seconds. First, I want to show you my lens flare that I use to make my effect even better. I found it on Storyblocks without leaving Premiere. Just click the download button and boom, it will appear in your project panel. In this plugin, you will find unlimited downloads of diverse and high quality media for one predictable subscription cost. Storyblocks has everything you need in one place. From 4K and HD video, templates, music and sound effects, it's like an unlimited source of content that gives you freedom to test, experiment and create more effective videos. I use it all the time to test new effects for tutorials and of course to enhance the story I'm telling you guys. You can choose for a monthly or annual plan, no extra cost and no hidden fees. Now, this is really important to know. The stock library is constantly being refreshed with new content that feels authentic and created by real artists, not by an AI. Anything you download is 100% royalty free, pre-licensed and ready to go. No need to worry about legal rights or copyright strikes or anything like that. Now, for a limited time, you can get 3 extra months for free when you sign up for an annual plan. So what are you waiting for? Head over to storyblocks.com/premierebasics or just click the link down below. And now let's continue with our lightning effect. So first of all, you can copy the exact same properties that I have here. All I basically changed is the thickness of the lightning. Yours might look a little different, but only if you're not using my footage below. Also, make sure the outside and inside colors are both set to white. We're gonna give it a glow later. Now, go to the first frame of your clip and click the start point and end point stopwatch icon. That will create a keyframe. Make sure the lightning effect is selected and head over to the program monitor. In here, drag both the points to your finger, since that's where the lightning will start. Then move a few frames forward in time, where my finger stops moving. Then click and drag the other point to Captain Rex. If needed, move the playhead in between the keyframes and adjust the points to make them more accurate. There you go. Now keep moving forward in time and adjust the point at your finger. That way you'll make it stick. Next, we're gonna make the lightning leave my finger and then let it float for a very short moment. To do that, move towards the end of the clip and make sure you have a keyframe there for the end point. Then move a few frames further in time and drag the end point to the start point. Then make sure it stays there for a few frames before the clip ends. So this is what it should look like now. Now it's time to fine-tune the lightning and give it some glow. To do that, right-click your lightning clip and choose Nest. Call it lightning or something. Then click on OK. Now go back to the effect controls and again, set the blending mode of the nested sequence to add. Now that we're here, find the VR glow effect and drag it to the nested sequence as well. Now head over to the effect controls controls and then set the threshold to 0.50, the radius to 350 and the brightness to 5. Then make sure tint color is checked. Now click the color picker and choose blue or whatever color you like. Then click on OK. Now copy and paste the glow effect and drag it above the original glow effect. Now slightly decrease the radius to around 300. Next, copy the second glow effect and paste it. Again, drag it on top of the other two glow effects. Now set the radius to 65. This will make it look awesome already. Now let me fold these effects for a moment. One last time, duplicate your glow effect and drag it on top of all of them. Set the threshold to 1 and set the radius to 16. Also, this time, set the brightness to around 1. Otherwise, it's too bright. Now you'll get the perfect lightning bolt. There you go. Now it's time to make Rex disappear into the lightning bolt. To do that, you can duplicate your clip and trim it so the video is the same size as the clip of the lightning bolt. Then select it and create a mask in the effect controls. Now carefully draw a mask around Rex or whatever object you're using. When you're done masking, right-click the clip and make sure it's nested as well. Call it helmet or something. Otherwise, the next effects aren't going to work. Also, make sure the helmet clip is underneath the lightning clip. That way it will just look better. Actually, instead of masking out the helmet in Premiere, I highly recommend to create a screenshot of the helmet and open it up in Photoshop. You can easily mask it out in here and it will be a lot more accurate. Then once you saved it, drag it back into the timeline. Now, once the lightning hits Rex, we want him to light up. To do that, select the masked out helmet and open up Lumetri Color. In here, play around with the basic correction controls. Make it look like it's lighting up from the lightning. Then go back to the timeline and move the player to the moment where your lightning hits Rex. Then trim everything that comes before that. That looks cool already. Next, to make Rex disappear, find the transform effect in the effects library and drag it to the masked out helmet. Then in the effect controls, go to the moment where the start and end points are together. You know, where they are floating. From here, move 7 frames back in time. Click the anchor point and drag it so the position point is approximately in the middle of Rex. Then click and drag the anchor point to line up with the position point again. And now the anchor point is set to the middle, which means your animations will move from that point. Now set a position, scale and rotation keyframe. Now move 7 frames forward again. This time adjust the rotation and position property so it matches the shape of the floating lightning bolt. Then set the scale to 0. This will make it look like Rex is getting sucked into the lightning. No need to ease the keyframes because we want the animation to be linear. Also, don't forget to set the shutter angle to 180 degrees. That way we can introduce some motion blur. It's starting to look really cool, right? Next, we're gonna make everything around you light up as well. To do that, go to the project panel and create a new adjustment layer. Once you have it, drag it on top of your clip. The length doesn't really matter. As long as it covers the lightning part, you're fine. Now find the VR glow effect and drag it to the adjustment layer. Then with that layer selected, go to the effect controls. Set the luma threshold to 0.27, the radius to 34 and the saturation to 10. Make sure use tint color is checked and for the color, choose blue again or whatever color you used before. Next, move the player to the moment right before the lightning starts. Then set a glow brightness keyframe and set it to 0. Now move forward in time until the lightning reaches Rex. Then set the brightness to 0.37. Then right before the lightning disappears, set another brightness keyframe. Move forward to when the lightning is gone and set the brightness back to 0. That looks super cool. Next, move the player to the moment where the lightning is about to start. Then grab the lens flare from Storyblocks and snap it to the playhead. Slightly decrease the opacity of the clip. Oh, and I made my video tracks a bit smaller, by the way. Now select the beginning of the clip and hit Shift+D to make the flare fade in. Then make the animation as short as possible. Move towards the moment where the lightning is leaving your finger and trim away everything on the right side of the playhead. Now make sure it's selected and go to the effect controls. Set the blending mode to add. Next, create a mask and go to the program monitor. Now draw a mask around the lens flare and close it up. Increase the feather to blend it in smoothly. Next, move the playhead to the beginning of the clip and position the lens flare to the tip of your finger. Then set a position keyframe. Move forward in time and adjust the position to make it stick to your finger. Keep doing that until you're at the end of the clip. And that looks beautiful. Now, last but not least, we're gonna give it some camera shake. To do that, drag another adjustment layer on top of your video. Then find the transform effect and drag it to that layer. In the effect controls, move the playhead to the moment where the lightning starts popping out. Then adjust the position randomly and set a keyframe. Now move 1 frame forward in time and randomly adjust adjust the position again. Keep doing that until you're at the moment where the lightning is gone. Now, to get rid of the black edges, simply increase the scale. You can always use the anchor point to reframe your entire video if needed. Of course, don't forget to enable motion blur, and there you go, you're ready to blow everyone away with this cool lightning effect. So that was it, but next you're gonna learn these super cool dancing building effects in the video right here on my left. Thank you guys so much for watching.